South Africa, you're live on Ad African Podcast. Once again, my name is Gyil. Today we're moving back to traditional. We'll be talking about xylophone. We'll be telling you the history behind xylophone and when and where you can play them. You can see my guest today, beautifully dressed in smoke, bringing out the culture that we have right here in Ghana. Let me start with the CEO of JBA Online. The name is JB.
JBA.
Definitely. Well, what is the full name? Let's get a full name.
Yes, the full name is Justin. For the first J,
Okay.
the B is Betentam.
Justin Betentam
Abasik. Yes.
And then online.
Online, yes.
Very
Because
good.
I'm online.
Because he's online.
Yes.
The online is there. He's the CEO of JBA Online. You can
Yeah.
also check that out and follow them as well. And also, I have one of our great sound engineers, music producers right here. We all call him Bows Beats,
Yeah.
but maybe he will tell us more about that. I mean, let's get to know you more.
Yes, my name is Anchir Zodo Beat. But officially I'm using Anchir Beat.
Anchir
Yeah,
Beat.
but my craft name, as you rightly mentioned, is Bows Beat.
Bows Beats.
Yes, or Bows for short.
Bows.
Yeah,
Why the bows? I'm very interested.
Bows. I'm born to win.
Oh, born to
Yes,
win.
yes, I'm born to win.
Oh, that's the bows.
Yes, that's the Bows.
Beautiful. So he's born to win. So JBA and then bows. They are my guests today. Now we're talking xylophone today. Let's get a brief history. Somebody will say, "A xylophone, what is it? How did it come to being?" Let's get a little brief history about this whole xylophone. Let me start with you, JBA.
Thank you very much. The history of xylophone sometimes is a mystery on its own. The modern xylophone we have now is an add-on to what our ancestors started.
Oh, okay. So what we have now is the modern one.
Yes, yes. What we used to have, our ancestors started with, was the one you dig a hole on the ground and then you put sticks on it and you can play.
Oh, not the calabash.
No,
or
not
the
calabash.
cord,
Yeah,
rather.
not the
You-
cord one, yes.
You dig a hole.
Yes,
And
it's
then
on
you
the ground.
put-
Yes, and that was called a pankul. In my
Pankul.
language, in the Dagara language, pankul.
Good.
Aha. But then a hunter also went to hunt and also met, this is a mystery part I'm talking about.
Definitely.
And then it's passed down through folklore. The hunter went to hunt and then heard the now sound of it. And then he traced the sound to a dwarf. Apparently the dwarf introduced the xylophone to the hunter.
Hunter.
Yes. And so the hunter, after knowing how to use the xylophone and make a xylophone, some of the stories say the hunter turned and killed the
dwarf.
Yes, so
After learning and knowing much about the xylophone.
Yes, and so that is why that particular xylophone, when our ancestors make that particular xylophone, it needs purification to purify the bad omen or that kind of bloodshed of the dwarf
The dwarf.
on the xylophone. So we have a ritual for xylophone before you can be Goba. If they say Goba, it means
Xylophonist.
Yes, best xylophonist. Yes. Or if a child is growing up and you realize that he's having the showing interest and the capabilities, you take the person through the pankul, the one they dig on the ground first,
Okay.
before introducing him or her onto
To the modern one.
the one the draft introduced to our ancestors. And on that one, you have to prepare that kind of ritual for the child.
How is the ritual done?
Yeah, we'll enter that one later. Let the
Definitely. Okay, Bao. So get us on.
Yeah, I
A
think
little you know about
to add something up to what GBA just said. I think with this myth, I think it was so proposed that the hunter brought the xylophone home.
Okay.
And xylophone in our language is called G.
G.
Yes, Gyil.
Gyil.
Yeah, Gyil.
How different is it from the pampul?
The pampul is fixed on the ground.
Okay.
But as you said, the current one that we have,
The one with the car.
yes,
mobile.
that's what we call the Gyil.
The Gyil.
Yes, and literally Gyil means to gather.
Gather around, yes.
To gather around. So
Great.
it means, that time when the hunter brought it home, the what we heard. So he brought it and he started playing. Then his people started coming around.
They heard the sound.
Yes.
Then the women started dancing and the men started in that way. So that's where they coined out the G
Yes.
out of it. But I think the xylophone is made up of bars that are tuned in a pentatonic scale. You get it, yes. With this bassy timbrine that comes out of it. And we get that sound from the kuor, as we said. Whereby the kuor, they add small holes. And these music holes or these sound holes are being sealed with the membrane of the spider X castle. Just cut them and then we seal it down so you can get that bassy timbrine. This is when you are displaying it.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think, and xylophone for the Dagabes is something big that identifies our culture. Yes, and in our culture or in our tradition, we call it our sankomo. Sankomo. Yeah, so that is one of the biggest identity that any of our clients with regards to Dagara we can boast of.
It's one of the artifacts that people buy and put in their house, whether you know how to play or not.
Yeah, beautifully. Yeah, use it as decoration
Yes.
and so on. But to come to that, well, when they used to dig the holes,
Yes.
do they dig some bigger than some, or how was it done?
Thank you very much. It was not bigger than some, but the hole we dug such a way that the other part is narrower, the other part is more open, and then we have the sticks that are put across it, also having sizes.
So can we say how big the hole or the god looks like gives you a much bigger or deeper sound?
Yes, how big, how deep, and how shallow it is gives you
Either
sounds. Yes.
bigger or
Yes.
there is sound.
Yes.
Okay, so if someone wants to, I know most of you or you here, you know how to play the xylophones.
Yes.
Yeah, most of you. For Bows, I've seen him, and equally you.
Me, it's just a passion. I don't know how to do it.
You don't. Yeah, but you have the passion.
Yes.
Very good.
As a player, no. I can only have fun with it. Yes, but not as compared to Bows and Kuor and xylophone. That's xylophone is
Good.
yes.
So, Bow, when there's a xylophone you want to play, what do you watch out for? How do you? It just looks like sticks. So I want to play this thing. How do I know this is how I have to? And
Because I think in this case, God is wonderful.
Beautiful.
We have a born teacher and we have a learned teacher. Why am I coming from this angle? You see, something that God has given you, when you are performing or you're putting this into art, there is difference on it with somebody that has come to learn. Where we come from, when we call you a goba, that means you are a gifted xylophonist.
Great.
Even from infancy, you can be known.
Yes.
Most of them, you see them, they have this close fist.
When they are born.
Kids. Yes.
When they are born, they have it.
And
Clench fist like this.
is the xylophone is a gift from my lineage. My dad he's on fire. My grandfather was on fire. His fathers, they're all on
So
fire.
it's just like a family kind of, a blood kind of thing.
My kisses place. And my little daughter, who is here to turn 2, if she comes here, you cannot open her fist.
Wow.
I'm not joking. If you put her wherever we are going out, if you put her on a motorbike or anything, if she says she's this way.
That means she's likely to.
Whether she likes it or not, she'll play.
That's the angle.
With this, when the xylophone is put before you, if you are gifted, it's natural. You get it. It's like somebody who is like, you play guitar, I play guitar, we play keyboard.
Good.
When we are spelling,
Good.
somebody will be like, Charlie, so how do you know that when you go to tap on this key, this will give you that sound?
Yeah.
But you and I know that it's a natural flair. You move with a bit of practice, but as time goes on, even if you close your eyes, you're able to move. So I think from childhood, when you get in touch with the instruments, gradually, your dad plays, your uncles, they come, they send you to funerals, you listen to things, you pick up sound, and then personally on your practice, that is where you develop your innate gift. Was the way I play. If I'm going and my dad is playing xylophone, from my father, I know that it's my father who's on the xylophone. I won't know.
Everybody has the way they play.
You have your style.
Okay,
Yes.
everybody has a
The
style.
same
of playing.
xylophone, if this person sits on it, you'll be able to say that this is a person playing
I will know it's my
without
dad.
getting closer to the person.
Oh,
Yes,
great.
I know that's my
The
dad.
same xylophone, another person will sit on it and play, another person will identify that, oh, this is
This is
another-
the
It's the same
person.
thing. You can cook rice or cook my but the taste will be
The
different.
taste, oh yeah.
So I think once the thing is in your blood, with practice, you know how to maneuver your way out. Yeah, it's a natural kind of tendency. So with that one, with somebody who also comes to learn, you may be trying to follow rules.
Yeah.
For instance,
Because I asked you this because when you mentioned the pentatonic,
yes,
you know, when you come to keyboard
Yes.
or the piano,
Yes.
we have the do,
Yes.
re, mi,
Yes.
so,
Yes.
la, the pentatonic.
yes.
And so I was just kind of looking at how you can translate that
Exactly.
into the
You
xylophone.
know, you ask JB the depth of the bamboo.
Yeah.
You know, sound is created from the amount of space you grant it. If I close my face this way and I knock this,
That's the sound.
there are different sounds. So with the bars that are being put on top, it depends on how they are being carved. It's the same way with the guards. A guard may be small, but it depends on how it is carved. That will give the exact sound. And these are natural things we are talking, because the one that is making the xylophone, listening to it, he knows that if I know this is a key, this is do, this is re, no, this one comes before this. It's a natural thing. He will arrange it, and then the sound comes in. Yeah, so but you that is coming to learn, it will take you some time to acquire that kind of a skill.
Beautiful. I think my producers have some videos to show. So while the interview goes on, we will watch some of the videos and then try to explain some to you out there, because this is something that we need to know. Learn. Culture is culture. We can't throw that away. But we ask, where and when can we use or play these xylophones?
Starting is always with the pumping. Yes, you know, the current xylophone is expensive, even as it those days. So it's not easy for
How
a
much can
learner.
it be?
It's not easy for a learner to just
Yes,
do that to a learner.
Oh, yeah.
And also shrouded with the mythology around it. You have to purify before. So children at that time would not just.
Let me not catch you before you. This
Yes.
purification thing, that means if I just go and buy a brand new xylophone,
Yes.
I need to be purified before.
Yes, I did to
Xylophone.
I did to my two xylophones 2 years ago. Yes,
Wow.
Xylophone is spiritual.
it's the manufacturer who will come and do it.
Yes.
I did mine with the Tijan Dowana. He's from I think is this Solar side?
Oh,
Yes. The Brifo area. So he makes them and he makes them in Accra as well.
So without the
If you
purification,
actually want a real or Gisela in Dagara, Gisela, or you want a black xylophone, it doesn't know the color is black. That's a powerful one. A one that you can play at funerals and whatever. You have to purify it. And that one is not the kid that just starts playing with it. The kid will start with the pampul, the one that on the ground. And when you now see that they are polishing up, that's where they learn the keys.
so without the purification,
Yeah.
was something happening to anybody who uses it?
Without the
Or
purification, it's just Gisela.
an empty.
It's just an empty something there.
The way that our ancestors coined out, because once that was their identity, they didn't need to have any kind of filth in it after it's been exposed to the public.
Okay.
And that's why those kind of purifications had to be done. Especially those that were to be displayed or those that are used at the funeral grounds. They are not touchable. When we say they're not touchable, it's not easy. You may see this to be like a myth, but it's still working.
Yeah.
You can't see a funeral xylophone and then you just go and cross over it.
No,
Careless.
that was
When
cross
you see
it, yeah.
when is this beautiful displayed, you see that it's cool. Maybe a camp bed, I can go and lie on it.
Yes.
I think
I think
yeah.
that was what took away my capability to play xylophone.
Okay.
I was sleeping on it. Yes.
I think we will
Growing up.
come and deal more on that because sometimes you go somewhere, there's a xylophone, a kid want to play, say, hey, you are not supposed to.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to do this.
Yeah.
And all those myths and things. That's what I wanted us to know where and when.
So that's why they
These
start with the
xylophones,
backward.
good. So where can we play them?
Yes. So the xylophone has types. If we can talk about the types and then
Very good. So let's get
yes,
into
and the keys
that.
are also different. Yes, so they first of all gave the two generic difference, which is the backward dark on the ground,
Yeah.
and it's immobile, and then this current one that is mobile.
That's mobile.
Now, even with this current one, there are two types. Or some can even categorize them up to three types, depending on the number of keys, the purpose, as well. So some can have up to 14 keys. Some are 18 keys.
You play the keyboard, does it use the same keys like the keyboard? We have A, G, or their keys are different?
Yes, it's not different.
Okay.
It's about 7 to 8.
Eight.
Then it loops, it requests.
Okay.
Yes. So those days, the funeral one is the 18 key, and there are two. The xylophone has a male and a female.
Hey. So a male
Yes,
xylophone.
Gilda and
And a
Gilpop.
female.
Gilda and Gilpop.
Hey.
Yes, that's a
Okay, let me know, because
So
I wanted to
if-
find out how you are able to identify.
So let's tackle the question, then we go to more of xylophones and how it is. So once we have the 14 keys, if it's 15, then we have the one we have the power, the one we're using the sticks on at the
The
bigger
latter
ends,
part.
yes.
The
Some are there without the power, so it's just 14. Then we have the 18 also with the power.
So the power is when they use the stage.
Yes.
Was okay.
Yes. So those shorter or smaller ones are used for recreational purposes like the church or the bawa and any other
Or any
weddings.
farm.
Yes, yes. And also it also depends on whether you have purified your xylophone. There's a way my grandfather used to say it. They can purify it for church.
Okay.
They can also the religion will do their purification with their holy water and whatnot.
Good for
So
the
that
church.
one is for the church. Yes, but for the Gisela, which is meant for funerals, you also purify it by with
Blood.
animals. I've done it, so I don't want to go
Hey,
into details now. Yes,
with
I will now
animals.
come to how to purify the
Okay.
to know that
Okay.
one.
Okay.
Yes. So these two are the 14 keys and the 18 keys. The 18 keys mostly for funerals. Yes, but if it's not purified, like through the sacrifice of an animal, it can the same 18 key can be used in the church and still used for the bawa
Okay.
and still used for the funeral.
Depend on the purification method.
If it's not purified at all, it can be used for
Anywhere.
Yes.
I mean, you want to add, but you want to mention the keys to us.
The keys.
He's a producer.
Mention the keys.
Yes.
Yes, as I said,
From a chin chin.
the keyboard that we play at church and that of our xylophone, there is not much difference in them.
In them, okay.
Yes, either one sounds organic and other one sounds inorganic.
Definitely.
Yes.
I think that's the simplest explanation I can give. Yeah, but of course, when it comes to on the scaling asset on the pentatonic scales, that is where the xylophone focuses mostly on. You and I know we have different scales when it comes to music.
Yeah.
So if they're introducing other scales and it doesn't fall within the catchment area of the pentatonics, then the xylophone may not serve that original purpose for it. But of course, the similarity between that one and the keyboard is not that of a vast difference. Yeah, it's not that of a vast difference.
I know we're learning a lot. I'm mesmerized. I mean, listening to this. The first time I'm getting to know we have a male and a female.
Yeah, we do.
So when things like this come, you see, I get very, I don't know what to say, but like when it's happened like this, now that we have males and females.
Yes.
So, for instance, when we have a funeral and the person is a female, does that mean we will use the female xylophone?
Okay,
That's
And
a
if the
good
person is a male,
That's a
we
good
will use the
question. Interesting
male.
one.
let him come in before.
So that's why-
Gyil is the male xylophone.
Yes.
Gyil is a female xylophone.
Okay. Yes.
Now, in this is a home. If you are lying down in the house, then you are hearing strange movements. Your wife will tap you. I'm hearing sound.
Yes.
You are the man.
You are the man.
Yes.
So it simply means the difference between these two xylophones is that when the time comes for one to be played, the guitar will always take the lead.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
The
Male
guitar,
xylophone.
that's the male xylophone. It needs to start
That's a leader.
so that the female one will garnish it.
We're back.
So
So that's
that's
cheap before you continue. If you check the xylophone properly, the duda, how it is sloped, is a bit different from how the
female.
before was sloped.
Yeah.
Like the male xylophone, how the sloping is done, it's a bit different from how the female is done. I don't want to talk about how the real and human, how the curves,
curves,
of
yeah,
the
it's the same.
male.
Oh no! Tell us, we are learning. We are learning. We are learning. We need
So
to.
yeah, so when you see
need to
the
understand.
female xylophone, the slope is there.
The Coca-Cola bottle.
Yeah, it's there. I don't know how
You see,
forefathers
from the top,
yes.
from the
Yes.
top is like the hip.
Yes. Uh-huh.
So you know
Yes.
when this is the hip going down to the breast or to the bust. That way,
You
so
know, man.
it goes down
Describe them.
Yes. But the male own,
Yes.
you know, we are kind of
Yes.
just straight and stout. That kind of way. So you
Flat
don't see that
chest,
way.
yeah.
So you see, but of course the sound is a bit different, even though not much difference is there. But when they sound,
The sound is
You
just
know.
male.
you will know.
If
You
you
will know.
understand it.
If I
The
you
sound
will
is
know.
just male.
You will
Yes.
know immediately. You know. So the male xylophone calls, and then the female xylophone responds.
Response.
That way. I think that's the simplest way I can.
So they can all be played at any function together.
Yes.
Even the
yes.
church.
Then the male will always take the lead.
Yes.
Yes.
Then the female will back.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Yes.
Let's watch some of the videos. I mean, sometimes you would. Let's watch the videos. When we are back, we'll talk about it. It's Out Africa podcast. This is amazing, and I know you loved it. I mean, this is something we all love to hear. Now we're going to talk about the uses of xylophone. You've mentioned a lot, but you're going to tell us more on the uses of xylophone. Then we will now shift our attention to, where they mentioned funeral, churches, and so on. So we are going to take them one after the other to explain for you to know how they are being used at these various places. So now let's start with the uses of xylophone.
Yes.
JB.
Xylophone as an instrument or musical instrument by our ancestors has so many uses or purposes.
Okay.
Yes, and one is to announce funeral.
Announce funeral.
Yes. Though we have funeral announcers who go around to inform people, but the first funeral announcer is a xylophone. Yes.
So when somebody
dies,
dead,
at that time when you die on the spot, they are mourning you. Yes. So on the spot, they will pick the xylophone out and play. If it's a female, and then you hear Ganda Tamyuma Pele Pele Apo Zungu Emo Tanesa Ganda Tamyuma Pele Pele. This song is telling you that it's a male that is dead.
A male.
Yes.
Ganda
Tamyu means that's the name. That's where my name comes from. The B.
Okay.
Bet and tam. Bow and arrow.
Okay.
Tamyu. Yes. And you know we use the bow and arrow to hunt. And it was mostly the male who do the hunting and the women would be in the house cooking.
So literally, they are saying that
when they are saying
a man,
Ganda means Ganda, a strong man. His bowstring has cuts.
Okay.
The wife will not get meat or food to cook. So he has to cook or Montanesa. He has to fetch she has to fetch sands. So when you are hearing this sound, you know that
so the bowstring of a man
has cuts.
Has cut. So the wife
So no food, there will not be food for the wife for the family. So the wife will prepare sands.
Wow. And how do you see it in the local again?
Ganda Tamyu Ma Pele Pele Apo Zinu Emo Tanesa.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Beautiful.
So when you are hearing this, you should know that there's female in that house where the sound is coming from, and it's a male that has died. So if you know that there are two males in that house, you now be thinking, is it this
Which
or
one?
that? Is it Derry or this? Okay, you got the
Hey, don't make oh my God.
Yes.
Oh my baby, I'm loving it.
Yeah.
Okay, finish that one.
One is also the female. There's also a way to announce the female funeral.
Okay.
And that one too, there's a way. You know, women they fetch water at our time with a clay pot. Yes. Or they what? They stay teased with the stick.
The steering stick.
Yes. So we have a way to play the xylophone to either tell you that that woman pot
It's broken.
or the xylophone, the this thing they use to stay teased.
The steering stick is broken. So they will not be teased for you.
Yes.
Or they will not be water for you.
Yes. So when you are hearing this sound from a house, from the direction of a house, you know that it's a woman that is there, or it's a female that is there. Now, if you know the house and you know how many women are there, or it's only one woman, you definitely know that if it's one woman, then that woman is there.
But it doesn't depend whether the person is old or young, but they play the
It
same
depends.
thing.
It depends. It depends. They don't announce the child's funeral like that. Yes. Funeral, the child funeral, they don't even play that thing.
Okay.
Yes. So when you are hearing this, it means an adult that is there. Yes. And mostly somebody who is married. Yes. It could be at that time 18 years and above, we are married already by that. So it was always 18 years and above that they can play. A married man around 18 years and above they can play. Or married woman they can play the xylophone. And when you're hearing this sound, it's mostly in the morning or at night. Maybe getting into the night when the incident happened and the person died, then you can play. Or early in the morning when they wake up and this other person is not waking up. They text the calls, they have the way they do, and then they have to sound the xylophone.
So everywhere
People
you
start
are,
gathering
you understand
before
that
they now
there's
send the
something.
human announcer to go to farther communities. So, and mostly to the uncles, or if it's a wife, they send to your wife family,
The
and
in-laws.
the in-laws, and yes. So one of the major uses of xylophone is to announce the funeral and also to play it at the funeral ground. to help mourners mourn. It accompanies mourners to mourn. We'll get there. Let my brother.
So,
yeah.
for this purpose, I don't want to call you Bounce. I want to call you B.
Yeah.
Yeah. So forgive me if I'm stick to the beat.
No problem. And it's also used for times for training. Right. So somebody who has that passion to learn, or somebody who is already gifted.
Yeah.
If you don't give the person the chance, you can't master your skills. Of course.
Yes.
You can master your skills. I can go and learn how to play a lead. When I pick up some few chords, then I go and room. After you learn after some time, you even placing your fingers will give you a problem.
Yeah.
So it's also time to give for people to train, have more time to come and train and perfect their skills. Yeah. So I think So the most important thing is xylophone. Even funerals can serve recreational purposes.
Yes.
So even though for recreational purposes, as he said, to announce for funerals, you also use that avenue to learn, to improve upon whatever that you want to learn out of it.
People have it that if it's an elderly person or grandfather who is dead, you can actually learn how to play the xylophone in public for the first time.
Yes.
Your grandfather's funeral. It doesn't necessarily have to be your direct grandfather, but the family grandfather. You can play and you are safe at that point. Once that is your first time of your first time of playing publicly or playing at a funeral ground, it must be a neutral ground. I don't know the exact word, not neutral, but a ground that you are safe. Playing the xylophone at you and your grandfather, you are playmates.
Yeah.
So playing a funeral xylophone at his funeral ground, you are safe. We believe that he protects you and help you learn easily. Yes, perfect your skills.
So who is qualified to play a xylophone?
Yeah, he's a xylophone.
Okay. I think xylophone funeral ground is not a playing place. Within our own locality. Now, when you see a xylophonist at the funeral ground, trust me, most of them are purified. Why? One, the xylophone itself as an instrument is a spiritual thing.
Yes.
So you cannot just roaming and just come and sit down and pick the rubber mallet and then start to display. So you have to catch that level of purification traditionally before you are accepted. Two.
Yeah, we call jilting.
Yes.
Jilting.
With the
That is
instruments,
xylophone medicine.
yes.
Yeah.
With the instruments that we play, we have something we call the bule.
Yeah,
You see,
it's something like this. It's not
the bule is in the form of a bracelet, like a shackle. That thing is an amulet. It's a charm. It's a charm because if you some of the xylophonists that play xylophones on the funeral grounds, if they are not up to that level, they can't fix that thing on their own. Before you put that
level as in if you are not
You have-
purified.
good, I was trying to quote my speech.
Okay.
So with the bule that you put inside or you put on the arm, if you are not rightly passed through whatever that is necessary, you can't put that in. You can see them be playing fine normal. If you go, you have played, you can go and sit down and play. But if they're giving you, if he knows his life and he knows what it is, he will tell them as you keep it. And that is also a generational passing on. My dad has a bull. Alright. If I'm going anywhere and I can go to him and request it. So I'm not saying should he pass on, but should that come?
Also, you can share your own with somebody.
Yeah, of course.
But sharing it should be lineage.
Yes.
It should be lineage. My dad cannot take his bull and go and give to somebody who is not his son or his direct or somebody who is not from his family.
Okay.
It's not accepted. So that bull that is being kept, it has its special reason for that thing. So on it, he said xylophone is not played for everybody at a funeral ground.
Okay.
If it's a kid, the money is not even done that much. They just hide it.
Yes.
Fast.
That's in go.
But if you are also an elderly man or elderly woman, you have children, you have grandchildren. That is where the playing of the xylophone, even at your funeral ground, to some extent becomes a recreational purpose.
Yeah. Because of the
Because
grandchildren come and play.
you have grandchildren, so the grandchildren are seen as your friends. So the time comes, they have a special way they even play the xylophone for your only for your grandchildren
Yes.
to come and play, like to come and
Perform,
dance
yeah.
and display. So we
Yeah.
are happy because it is through you
Yes.
that we also have life.
Yes.
So may your journey that you are living, your transitional journey that you are living, may it be safe. We're happy that we'll meet one day.
Yes.
And again, as a recreational purpose or a training ground, it's also another time that people that are also trying to learn the dance steps. You have traditional way we dance at the funeral. Okay? It's also another way for them to also come on that particular funeral ground. Those that are already experienced, when they're dancing, they also be looking at their footsteps, especially the women. And the men it's not all that difficult as compared to the women. So you also come there, also come and
I thought it's all difficult.
because
you know how to dance, it's not difficult.
So at that particular time, you realize that it's a funeral, but it's an entertainment session when that time comes.
Okay.
So that is it. That is it. So for the funeral, it's not anybody that can just go and sit down and play the funeral xylophone. Yes, you have to be cooked. If you are not cooked, you know your limit. Yeah.
I like the word. You have to be cooked.
Yes.
I think this is something. This is something we can go on and go on and go on. But in a second episode of the xylophone, we've said a lot about purification. We are going to look at how people are being purified to be able to play the xylophone, so that you will know what is happening. So don't go anywhere. Subscribe to the channel. Be part. Put your comments there. Anything you don't understand, when we come next time, you address your comments and everything. So any question that you also want to know about it. This is a whole, should I say, a course on its own that we are going to try our best to dilute it for your understanding. But I'll come to my guest here to finalize. Let's conclude on the funeral thing, so that when we come next time, we'll be looking at the purification part of it too. Your final words on the funeral issues.
I think what I'll say is a funeral place is not a joking place for everybody, because it's a place a family is bereaved, so you go to sympathize and a whole lot of things are linked. But the funeral ground is actually where tradition is learnt. Was over there, especially when an elderly person passes on. That is when they infuse almost everything. Because if a traditional, an elderly person passes on, and the person is a Christian, you perform a mass service there, and then you get to hear some of the tunes or some of the songs that are being played at church. You've learned something. His Diendienbe or even the grandchildren, they may come to dance Bawa aside the funeral dance that we call Bine. So when such a funeral occurs, you realize that the three routes of playing xylophone, both at church, at Bawa, and even at funeral, all is displayed within that particular session. So a funeral ground is something that is a serious thing when it comes to our tradition with regards to the xylophone. And that is where you get the opportunity to learn a lot with regards to the xylophone. Yeah.
Beautiful. JB.
Yes. So on the xylophone, to everybody watching us, you can put your comments, like our host said. We don't know it all, so if your comments are passed on to us, the one that we don't know, we'll research.
Perhaps we might have forgotten something.
Yes.
Yeah.
We have elderly and more knowledgeable people that are at our this thing that we can at our reach, that we can reach out to them.
Definitely.
Yeah, and address any other issues you have.
Definitely.
And if there's a xylophonist here watching, I salute you. Keep it up.
This is a display of beautiful culture that we have here. It's not easy. I have grown to love xylophone, although I cannot play. But anytime I hear the sound, it brings some kind of happiness in me. But it's good for we the young ones out there.
Yes.
And as we said,
Yes.
we are here to digest issues. Anything that you don't understand, bring it. If you also know something that we don't, I mean, you can also put it across. Let's learn together. Let's learn our culture. That is the only thing that will uplift us and take us higher. My name once again is Derry G. This is Art African Podcast. And in the studios, I have the CEO of JBA Online.
Yes. Me.
I like that. I like that.
Better time abesi. You all know me as Uncle JBA.
Beautiful.
The sad chick lava.
I love that.
Yes.
And one of the most dangerous music producers, sound engineers. We have Bows Beat.
Yes.
I call him Beat.
Yes, and Gyil Beat, that's my name as I said.
And Gyil Beat.
Yeah.
I mean, they'll be here to tell us more. Thanks for coming, guys. I really enjoyed myself.
Yeah.
For you out there, see you when I see you. Stay blessed. Bye-bye.